Chelsea.
My name is Degeorge.
And welcome to our channel. Today, we will share to you this pooptastic book. It's
A Dinosaur Poop in the Toilet
by Fletcher and Dougie Poynter and illustrated by Garry Parsons. Shall we begin, Ding Ding?
Yes, I did.
The dinosaur that pooped a planet. Danny and Dinosaur like to have fun. Some days they have lots, and some days they have none. One day they were bored. They have no games to play. Danny said, "Dinosaur, what shall we do today? We could mow the lawn, we could tidy the place, we could do our chores, or we can go to space." "But you mustn't forget to have lunch," said their mommy. "You cannot have fun without food for your tummy." So they packed lunch for the Science Museum, where rockets were kept if you wanted to see them. There were hundreds of rockets and spaceship surprises, tall ones and small ones of all shapes and sizes, and ones that were ready to launch with a door big enough for a boy and his pet dinosaur. They ignored all the warnings. They couldn't care less. They pressed all the things they should have pressed. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition! They started their intergalactic space mission. They flew higher than houses and buildings and cranes, much higher than birds, even higher than planes. "We're in space!" Danny yelled as they floated around, but the dinosaur's tail made a rumbling sound. "Is it time to have lunch?" Danny looked at his watch. Then he looked all around for the dino's lunchbox. Danny started to worry. They started to panic. They left their packed lunches back home on their planet. So with no food on board, not the smallest of crumbs, a disastrous dinosaur feast had begun. They ate gobbled up gas maze and gave smells galore. Nothing was safe from the space dinosaur. Roadblocks and gray guns and blinking red blinkers, eating things thought up by NASA's great thinkers. The hyperdrive gamma reactor machine was swallowed along with the space tractor beam. It chewed and it chomped on the spaceship controls. The rocket was dotted with dino tooth holes. Inside it was bare and the spaceship was empty. Outside there was more things to eat. There was plenty. It broke down the door with a cool ninja chop. Out in space, dinosaurs are much harder to stop. It jumped on the moon like a big chunk of cheese, then shoved even more in its mouth with a squeeze. It mushed on the Martians from Mars and their cats. Their cats are like ours, but their cats wear cool hats. Satellites, Saturn, and 6 supernovas, shape-shifting saucers, and 7 space rovers. It got 5 gallons of fuel from the tank, and Danny's jaw dropped as he watched what it drank. With a crunch and a crack and a nom 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 nom, one dino got where their rocket was gone. Now nothing was left. All Danny could see was a fat dinosaur with a rocket. And so they were stranded with no way back home. Just Danny and Dinosaur in space all alone. Now Danny was crying. He cried and he cried. He cried and his tears filled his spacesuit inside. Unless they were going to stay there forever, the dinosaur needed to do something clever. With a feeling of its gut and go deep down in its gut, its brain blew the ground, involving its butt. It knew there was only one thing it could do to get them back home. It needed to boo! Boo! Like a poop-powered rocket, the dinosaur flew, then hopped on its back and it watched as it pooed. It pooped out the rockets and ray guns and blinkers, the thing NASA stinkers thought they were now stinkers. It pooped down the moon, it pooped down the stars, it pooped the space rovers and the Martians from Mars. When Danny looked back, he could see a poop trail from far out in space to the dinosaur's tail. They headed for Earth as they started to orbit. It pooped down the clouds, but the clouds just absorbed it.
Is that poop?
They flew past the buildings and streets of their town, leaving the houses all smelly and brown. And finally landed back down on the ground. Hooray! Danny cried. We are home and safe and sound. They looked to the sky and things that were pooed had formed a poop planet right next to the moon. And so Danny promised to listen to Mommy because fun is not fun without food for your tummy. Just when you thought all the pooping was done, a Mars crab plopped out of the dinosaur's bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
The end. I hope you liked the story. That was disgusting, but it's so cool, right, Ding Ding? I like the dinosaur when he pooped. So, thank you for watching. Bye!